Well, in the words of Monty Python, and now for something a little different. We're out bush, we've been camping. We got the Argo bogged, which is an 8-wheel drive amphibious vehicle. And we had fun, we got dirty, we cleaned off in a muddy river. Now we want to get properly clean. I've gone to set up the ablution block on the trailer because there's bull ants and snakes everywhere here. And the shower pump doesn't work. So we do have a shower in a bag here we can hang up by a tree, but problem is the trees aren't high enough. So we've already tested on our battery here that we have power through our Anderson plug and power to our lighter plugs, but from this side nothing's happening, so we're going to investigate. Alright, so really the first thing we want to do is a visual inspection. It's pretty easy to check lighter plugs and see if they're working. This one looks okay to me. Yep, I think that's probably fine. Now I know by law these are meant to have a fuse in them. This is the first time I've seen one that's arranged quite like this, with the fuse internally in its own little holder. Seems a little unnecessarily complicated if you ask me. This is electrical clean and lube. It's a pretty good field fix for some of these things, and strips the rust and the corrosion off relatively easily. This is where my apprentice does something stupid like splashes me while I'm trying to put this back together, which is not a good idea. That wasn't a cue for you to do that.
I did splash you. It's okay.
It's in. Where's the shroud? Yeah, these are a little bit more difficult to put together. You got to hold, like, really need 3 hands. Okay. Let's try this out, see if we get working pump. No, nothing yet. Okay, let's get our meter out. Now, people have asked me on a few occasions why I named my channel the Aussie Repair Guy. What do you repair? Well, I basically spend my life repairing everything that I come across. Because every time I do something, it needs repairing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to resistance mode here. Okay, ohms, that'll do. That's resistance mode. We're going to see if we've got a bit of resistance across the plug that might be commensurate with a motor. So 5.8 ohms, 6 ohms, 8 ohms, it's variable. But that's all in keeping with there being a bit of motor resistance. If I turn the switch off, it goes away. Lift pump assembly. Take our filter off for a start. See if we can access the impeller in here. Give it a spin. Yeah, that is very stiff impeller. Something's not right in there. So I'd say the coils are intact. The impeller is not. So maybe there's some junk stuck in there. Ah, this little this little seal on here has busted. That nut's been probably over tightened in the past, and it's now broken. That's probably let water into the motor body, I would probably hypothesize. Alright, yeah, this has been totally broken. I see the signs of rust in there. That would have let water straight into the housing of the motor. I'd say it's probably shagged. Alright, I did work out how this all went together. Got the impeller and pump off, and there's the motor. That's rust. So it is 100% unserviceable, but we're going to pop it out and see if we get some life out of it. Just as an exercise in futility, we'll see what we can do with this. Can we actually get it to move at all? Well, it's spinning now, it's moving. So that's a reasonable sign. I don't think it'll ever spin under the motive force of electricity. Alright, so I had a little rat through my emergency field kit, and I had a couple of test leads. So see what we've got here. Try this. Oh, it might actually work. Alright, so I've been able to make this motor spin again, but getting it back together and getting all the seals to go together properly and everything like that, it's going to be difficult. I've got a lot of hot glue kicking around and maybe a little bit of silicone, but by the time all of that does its job, it's going to be too late to be having a shower. It's going to be dark, and being as there is another one of these on site, I think we'll just borrow that for the night. All right, I think I've got a solution. Now, we went to check our second pump and it was seized. It suffered the same fate. It's got full of water. I think it's a congenital problem. I looked up some reviews from this from a couple of well-known websites, and I think I should be able to put some screenshots in here. But basically, I think it's safe to say that it's a common problem with them. I went and found a neighbouring camper, and he sold me his spare bilge pump. This is a BCF one. I'm going to buy him another one when I get back to town. But anyway, he basically handed this to me and said, try this. And this is, I've used these before. All right, so my other option here was basically piece the other one together and give it one last good run. But didn't feel right about that. Anyway, we found a solution. I'm going to put this on. We're going to put the factory spring back on here too, which supposedly helps this get a grip on there. Not that it's terribly high pressure. This side of the spring is designed to hook into the cable, but we don't care about that at the moment. We might give this a test run, you know, and see if it actually works. All right, I've got this in the, where are we, full open position. See what happens. Doesn't seem to self-prime. That might be closed. Let's try that. That's better. I had it fully closed. All right, that's going to have better pressure than the last one. All right. So, correct, that is actually closed. Let's go and get a little bit here. First thing we do need to determine polarity. Well, this is a good sign that there's been water getting up these cables for a long time. They're black. Now, I have a theory too. This little gland here, this gland was sealing up against that grommet, but they've cheaped out on the diameter of the cable and it's slightly smaller, and I think it seeps down inside that gland. So yeah, that's a pain. Let's see how far down this copper is water affected. Looks like it could be this far down too. Yep. Wow, this whole length of cable is probably shagged. Wow. That's actually quite amazing how far that's gone in. Definitely not what I'd call marine grade cable. This might be looking a little bit better now. No, it's not. Well, I can't keep going up cable all day, although we've got a fair bit of leeway here, so let's chop a little bit more off. Give it one more shot. Otherwise, we're going to try a dodgy solution. Oh, I had a dead ant in my kit. Dead ant, dead ant. Yeah, okay. This whole bit of cable shagged. I really want a shower. We're going to dodge it. Alright, you can tell I'm a little sleep deprived. I had to switch it off. So let's have a look here. Is this working? Come on. Yep. It works now. The switch is on. Alright, I'm aware there's many better ways of joining wire here, but this is a field fix and a temporary one. Our iron is up to temperature. Let's hope the flux in this is enough to deal with things. That would be why my iron took so long to warm up. I left the steel. This iron is a bit shagged at the moment. Oh. Probably needs to get re-tinned, just like the wire. Yeah, this is working a little better. Tinning the iron helps. I tell you, this Ryobi iron is magic compared to what I used to have, which was gas irons. And I mean, they work in the field, but you know, they're not perfect. This thing is almost as good as what I use on my workbench. I'm going to fold one that way and one that way. I'm going to make a little lump of butyl tape. I should have used a big chunk of heat shrink, to be honest. It's useful stuff though. This is not blue tack, it's just really sticky and behaves similarly. And it's very waterproof, which is nice. So we're going to try and get it all in between these cables too. Alright, insulation tape is MIA. Gaffer tape, on the other hand, is not. We'll use a little bit of this. It's just to stop the butyl tape deforming and sticking to everything it touches. Let's chuck it in the bucket over here. And let's see if we get shower water. Alright, test time. For the record, I do have a solar shower here, but it's been in storage so long, it's fallen apart. Otherwise, that'd be what we were using. Although there isn't really a decent tree to hang the okay, that's the problem with these ones. The pumps don't fit in the jerry can. That's the advantage of the other one, because I could run the pump from a jerry can in the holder on the back of the 6-wheel drive. Plonk you in, give it a jiggle to help prime the pump a little, and pick up this end. That's full open. There we go. We've got shower. They were never high pressure showers, but this one's going to work alright. And hopefully it works from a reasonable height. So, we have shower. I can get clean again. Really been looking forward to this. But yeah, probably don't buy those cheap, these cheap Ridge Ryder showers. They all seem to have that same congenital problem that causes them to rust out. Anyway, we'll move on to the next video.